Hello guys, welcome back to Stuart Fisher Golf Tuition. In this week's coaching video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about posture and how important it is for a player's ball striking. Okay, so I've chosen to do posture for this week's coaching video because it's one of the pre-swing principles and one of the basics that all golfers should try and nail first of all. And if a golfer's posture isn't the best, it can stem to a lot of other problems. One of the most important ones is their ball striking. A poor posture can lead to really bad ball striking, and you can be catching the ball thin or fat, and it can always stem from the same problem. The most common problem with the posture that we find within amateur golfers is that rather than getting themselves set into a nice, stable, strong base like so, they seem to get themselves into a posture we refer to as the C posture. Now this posture will look more like this, where the golfer is very rounded at the shoulders and the spine. Okay, their lower body is inactive and their upper body is curved right over in this kind of position. This can happen if golfers, maybe if they're at a desk a lot of the time, or if they're constantly driving and they're constantly in a certain position. This can also go into their golf game where they're hunched over from the shoulders like this and they get into a C posture. Now the reason that can cause so many problems is when we're in this rounded posture like this and there's no straightness in the spine, we're very hunched over in this kind of position, it makes it very easy for a golfer to stand up out of their posture and their backswing. Okay, so what I would like to see in a golfer is them sit in a nice position, and as they're going back they're turning and they're not changing levels. When we get the shoulders rounded and we're not in that solid posture, it makes it very easy for the golfer to stand up out of their posture on their way back. As they're then coming through, they can be getting the top of the ball and thinning it, or they can be standing up out of it and trying to get back down to the ball and catching it heavy. Okay, so from that curved posture, it makes it very easy for a golfer to stand up out of that posture, and from that, when you're standing out of it and changing levels, you can get a very inconsistent strike. Another problem with the C posture is when you're curving the shoulders and the top of the spine over up the lower body, you then make it very difficult for you to use the legs. Okay, so you're losing a lot of power. You're just swinging at it with the arms after that because you've curved yourself over at your legs and you've almost shut them down, as opposed to sitting down in them and getting into this kind of position, where from there you can very much so use your legs and start turning and create a lot more power. So if you think this video could be aimed at you and you maybe do get into a C posture, first thing I would do is, you don't even need to be on a golf course or a golf club, find a mirror in the house. First thing I would do is get yourself set into your posture. If you've got no club, if you don't have a club, just set yourself in that posture, have a mirror straight behind you, looking down the line, and you can have a check yourself. If you've got a nice straight back and you're in this kind of position, then you're doing very well. If you're rounded at the shoulders and hunched over in this position, then you think, right, this video refers to me, and I can try and do the changes I'm just about to show you. Okay, so if you get yourself into a rounded posture, what we want to do is get out of that and get into a nice, strong, stable posture to start with, okay, which will feel very awkward. But what I'm going to do is give you a little drill to go for it. It's very quick and simple. I use this with juniors or beginners getting into games. We want to get everybody set into a nice posture to start with. But posture being one of the pre-swing principles and one of the basics, you can use this drill whatever level you're at. If you're a plus golfer or if you're a mid to high handicapper, it works for everybody no matter how long you've been golfing for. Okay, so you don't need a ball. We're going to use a golf club. Okay, we're going to do a little drill here, and again, if you can get a mirror behind you, this is perfect, because you can always go through the drill and check that you're doing it correctly. Okay, and you always want to check that. Okay, if you've not got a mirror or anything, even if you can video yourself with your phone, just to keep checking that posture. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our feet together. I'm going to take grip of the club and have our arms straight in front of us, the club pointing to the sky. Okay, nice and simple. From there, imagine if you're using a mid-iron, we're going to go feet shoulder width apart. Okay, and now is the next important bit. What most golfers would do from here is just drop the club to the floor, and you can see now that it's curved my upper body and put me in that C posture. Okay, so I went from here and I've literally just dropped to the floor, hunched my shoulders right over. So instead of doing that, this is where it's going to feel really strange. I want you to feel that you're pushing your hips backwards. Okay, so from this position, I want your hips or your butt to go back towards that back wall. Okay, so from here, you're pushing hips back, and as the club's coming down, you're keeping a nice straight spine, you're almost keeping your chest up, and you're getting into this posture. Then give yourself a little bend in the knees so it's a wee bit more comfortable. Now if you do this correctly, you should feel just either side of your spine and your lower back, you should feel a little bit of pressure, okay? Because you went from using no lower back muscles to now get in this position where you're using your lower back muscles, okay? And that's going to allow you to start turning and getting yourself in a really good stable base. Okay, I'll show you that again. So we're going to start our feet together. Club straight out, feet shoulder width apart. Now it's the main thing, it's from the hips, okay? Don't curve from the shoulders, don't just slump down. Push the hips back, 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 until that club gets down to the ground. Then a wee bend in the knees and flick. Now you can see from there, I'm sitting into my posture, my legs are very active, my spine is nice and straight, and from there I can just turn, and I don't feel like it's easy for me to come out of that posture. I don't need to come out of my posture, okay? I'm now turning and using my big muscles, okay? Using my legs and using my hips, using my shoulders, using the big muscles to create the club head speed, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit a shot and just show you how getting in that posture allows me to keep myself stable, keep myself over the ball and not start changing levels, okay? So I'm going to go through the drill, so I'm going to do it just like I want you guys to try. So I'm going to start with feet shoulder width apart, club straight out in front of me. I'm going to tilt down from the hips down, 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 until that club gets to the ground. Readjust myself just so it's nice. Okay, and make sure I stay in that posture. For once I hit a good shot in my first try and I don't have to edit in a decent shot. Okay, so you can see there from going through that posture, like so, feet shoulder width apart, hips down, 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 down. My back was nice and straight, I was nice and comfortable, and I was able to turn and then turn back through, and I wasn't coming up and down, I wasn't changing levels. So getting the club on the ball consistently every time felt a lot easier for me, okay? So again, I'll show you one more time. Feet together, club straight out in front of you, feet shoulder width apart. Big part here, this is the most important bit, it's from the hips, so the hips are going back, 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 back. My back's staying straight the whole time. Clubs down to the ground, we bend in the knees, okay? And get myself in that nice stable position, and I can really feel it in my lower back here because I'm almost keeping my chest up. I'm not slumped over like this, and I'm keeping that nice straight back. And this is one you can try yourselves. Definitely, if you think this could be referred to, try it at home first, okay? So check yourself in the mirror first, see what your posture's like. If it is very curved, then start trying this drill and feel right. That's what I want it to feel like in my lower back, or whatever it might feel like, but it's definitely something that everybody could try. Because there's no golfer that you watch on the TV or any pro golfer or anything you would see that has a poor posture, and that's just a common theme in every single golfer that gets to a good level. Everyone has got good posture, good basics, okay? So if it works for them, it works for everybody. They do it for a reason. I hope this video was useful to everyone and you can pick up a few tips from it. It's a common one I've been finding cropping up quite recently. So everybody have a check at your posture, see what it's like. It's a good one. It's one you can't go wrong with. Nobody can have a bad posture, have a good posture and think that's going to lead to bad things. It's always going to lead to good things, good basics, okay? So if you like the video, give it a like, give it a share, and I'll have another one out next week. I'll see you then. Thank you very much.